Okay, so this will probably be the very most unique video you've ever watched from me. Well, maybe not from me because I can be kind of weird, but certainly from anybody in the franchise industry. I want to do my best to explain to you what my perspective is when I hear about or I am introduced to someone who wants to be a part of our business. They want to be a Yellow Van Handyman franchise partner. I just am instantly kind of skeptical. Okay, I would love to be able to personally interview everyone and like run them through the paces of scrutiny because I do my best to talk people out of it. And the reason I do that is because I don't really want the wrong people to be in this business, and I have a very clear vision on who the right people are. And the biggest thing is that Yellow Van Handyman is an owner-operator business. It's not a manager model. This is not a business where you're going to come in and hire, 5 or 10 or 20 people and get a big yard and put a bunch of fancy trucks in it and go and send them out to do a bunch of work that you have to try to figure out how to get. We just don't do that. And if you ever want to talk to me about why not, I would love to talk to you because the business model simply doesn't work. Just look around the industry. The other businesses that are doing that, their owners don't stay in business very long. They're constantly turning over. They get out of the business because they go in, they invest a lot of money, and they find out that it's just so difficult to make that business model work. And so it's a whole nother topic, but that's one of the big reasons is if you're the type of person that's looking for a management business, then talk to me because I do have options for that, but it's not Yellow Van Handyman. And Yellow Van Handyman is an owner-operator business. The person that you see driving that Yellow Van Handyman, the person that knows how to use these and these tools, that's who we want as owners. This is an employment replacement owner-operator business model. And so the person that's in the home is the person who owns the business for the most part. You can add staff, but it's just not something that is like the vision or the purpose behind the business. Okay? So that's one of the things. And then another reason or another thing that I try to ferret out in if I get a chance to talk to anybody that wants to be a part of Yellow Van Handyman is I want to make sure that they don't have unrealistic expectations. Okay? There is an incredible opportunity to make plenty of money. It is amazing to me how much is possible for a Yellow Van Handyman franchise partner to make. But it's also not crazy. It's not like you're going to be buying some mansion in Beverly Hills or something. It's not that business. It's actually legal. Like you have to do your work, you do the thing, and then the customer pays you for the thing, and you get your money, you make a lot of money every day, and you put that in the bank, and at the end of the month, that all adds up, and it's a pretty nice little payday. So I want to make sure the expectations are realistic. Will you be able to afford that diamond ring and trip to Hawaii? I think so. I've seen it done. It's easy to do. It's totally possible. Will you be able to afford the Ferrari and the mansion in Beverly Hills and the weekend trips to Vail and all this other stuff? Like I don't know. You might be able to get a used Ferrari, or you might be able to take a trip a year to Vail, but it's just not. It's not this massive like crazy. I'm going to be celebrity wealthy kind of business, and so I just want to make sure it's realistic. You can make great money, and it's generally. For most of us, it's a lot more money than we could make, punching a time clock and working for someone else. Even if we were professional, I came out of the engineering field where there was a tremendous earning potential. But the fact that I could make just as much or more money here, and I actually had freedom and control of my time, just made it so worth it to me, rather than continuing to do what I was doing. The other, or another reason why I would say I try to discourage someone from jumping into this business is if you're not good with people. If you just kind of have this, if you're kind of not so good with people, I don't know, that's, I'm not a good actor, so I probably look like a fool doing that, but you have to be able to interact with people. You know, you got to be comfortable shaking someone's hand and not just in a fakey, you know, sort of like I like you because I have to like you kind of, you know, but like I want to know who you are. What makes you tick? What's bothering you today? How can I fix something for you? You know, one time I was sitting in this gal's kitchen. I was sitting at the island filling out an invoice, and because I had done some stuff for her, and she walked out of the kitchen and she went to go do something, but before she did, I had noticed when she turned the faucet on in her kitchen that it was kind of not running out real quickly, and it was one of those types where you grab the head and you pull it out and it's got a hose on it, and a lot of people don't know that those have 2 filters in them. There's sometimes 3. Sometimes there's one on each end of the hose, and then there's one usually in the tip where it comes out as well. And so when she walked out of the room, I walked over and pulled it out real quick and unscrewed it. You can usually unscrew them with your fingers, and I cleaned out the filters and put them both back in and turned it on. I was like, you know, it was really cool. And she comes walking back in the room, you know, a few minutes later, and I was finishing up what I was doing, and she turned that on and just about jumped 3 feet. You know, this water comes flying out, and she looks at me. What'd you do? You know, and it was awesome. She's like, that's been driving me crazy for months. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. You know, it's like, who cares about all the other stuff that I fixed that I'm charging you for? That one little thing just made her day. It was awesome. So, you know, do you have the ability to build a relationship with people? Do you have the desire to build a relationship with people? I would say if you don't like people, then Yellow Van Handyman might not be the right business for you, because you have to be able to be in relationship with people. You have to desire to actually care about them. You know, when they mention something that's important, you need to make a mental note of that, or maybe even write it on something or put it in our system so that it's there as a reminder. You know, they have a date coming up for something, or maybe they just received a diagnosis, or maybe they're saving to do, you know, a bathroom renovation, or they're, you know, whatever. You know, you just got to build relationships with them, and the reason that's part of the reason that's important is because our entire marketing model is built on relationships. And so if you can't or don't like or don't want to build relationships with people, if you don't want to, you know, have that sort of intimacy, you know, that you have in I wouldn't call it a friendship, but it's definitely more than just an acquaintance. You know, you're serving these people in their homes, and you know, it's you know things about them that no one else knows, and I mean, it's, you know, you're being invited in. You know, the UPS guy just comes to the door, like, we're going in and fixing stuff for them and milling around their house and, you know, repairing things. I mean, it's a big deal. So you know, the desire to build a relationship with people, I think, is really important. Another reason why I would say Yellow Van Handyman is not right for you is if your personal life is perfect. Hey, I thought I was going to say something different there, didn't you? If your personal life is imperfect. Now, why would I even mention that? You know? If your personal life is perfect. Well, the reality is none of us have a perfect personal life. We all have areas that we can grow. But my desire is that as a part of Yellow Van Handyman, that we do more than just deliver a good business model for our franchise partners. I want to challenge our franchise partners to grow, to learn, to become better at whatever it is their roles are in life. Whatever God has called you to do, whatever your vision is for life, I want you to be the best you can be at it. I want you to be able to afford to live it in the way that you see fit. And I want you to be equipped with the ability to teach yourself or to get others to teach you, you know, how to be great at whatever it is that you want to do. Whatever it is you're called to do, whatever it is that you have a vision to do, I want you to be able to be good at doing that. And certainly our personal lives, I don't know of anything that's more important than that, than the health of that. Now, the way I stated that was a joke. I'm not saying either way. If you have a perfect personal life, then I want to learn from you. So I might buy a franchise from you. You can mentor me and be a coach or something. If your personal life is imperfect, then jump in. I want to help encourage you. I think that you know, I've got some great teaching within Yellow Van Handyman and outside of it that could be very helpful to you. I think that being a part of a business like this, where we care about people, we care about each other, we respect each other, we help each other, we lead each other, I think it's going to be good for your personal life. And so certainly if there's extreme situations in your life where you feel like there's reasons why you should delay the entry of something like this, then definitely make that a consideration. But if it's just like you feel like, oh, I just have these couple little issues and things, and it's like, oh, I just feel like I need to get those worked out before I do something like start my own business, like, I just disagree. I think sometimes people's work environments and their professional lives cause problems in their life, and that they can actually be improved by getting out of those and having the freedom to be able to set their schedule and serve their family and make more money. And I think those kinds of things can oftentimes help solve some of the problems in people's lives. So those are just a list of a sample of a few things that I look at when I'm trying to talk somebody out of being a Yellow Van Handyman franchise partner. And really at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help them think through what it is they're getting into and make sure that once they decide to pull the trigger, that they're doing something that's going to be great for them and great for us.